Cup. I'm yet again joined by Ash.
Hello.
And we are here for the third round here at Spa. So this should be good.
Yes, it should be. I'm looking forward to it. Just resolving a problem or two with the entry into the race.
Yeah, after the practice started
yeah, so I will
few
be
issues.
doing a second practice start in a second.
We also, I think we have a few newer drivers in, don't we? As well as the usuals.
Yes, so there's some new guys as well.
Yeah, be interesting to see how they get along. And it's Smaller that's leading the championship, isn't it? Yes, so in the championship it is Smalley, yeah, that's leading the championship after winning the first two races. This is as you go straight across the Lecombe chicane.
It's because I took the wrong person to Discord, some idiot. Sorry, ignore me.
Yeah. Just a few technical difficulties.
Yes, something like that.
Let the chat up. Right.
Right, so I'm going to try another practice start and then hopefully we should be into
the race.
Willans and Wade.
Nelson. And
Wills and Wade.
Wills and Weird.
Right, once they re-enter. Then I'll try one more practice start and then hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll get quali underway.
As Ash was just saying something in the chat.
Oh, he has. Right, there we go.
Is he in? Yep, all 10 of them are in.
Right, so 10 of them are in, so I'm going to try another practice start, just make sure everything goes fine.
Then if it does, we should have 12 laps? Yeah, 12.
Yes.
12 laps of the race at Spa. Should be a good one. Usually is.
Yes. Should be. Right.
And we'll see if Smalley can get 3 from 3.
That's just...
Well, Nils looks to have got on out the pits fine this time without trying to murder his crew, so... So, yeah.
I'm just waiting for one person to go out of the track. Once Jardy Boy has, we'll then get underway.
Right. He seems absolutely rooted to not going out the pit.
No.
There we go.
There we go. Once he gets out, I can then tell everyone to cancel their entry.
And we'll
Sorry for boring you, by the way, folks.
Yeah. Had a few technical difficulties just before we started, but it looks to have sorted itself out now, so... Everything looks to be fine. Everyone's managed to get out on track, so yeah. Yeah. Comptech Esports, welcome to the stream.
Hello, Ed.
Oh, is that Ed?
Yeah, that's Ed. That's his name of his silent. That's his name of his YouTube channel.
Right.
Not that we promote such a thing.
No. Because that would be breaking OFR streaming rules.
Exactly.
There we go, just Will, and there we go, everyone is out, so now everyone already back up again. Just here to see OFR Smalley. Well, you're not the only one. We'll see if we can make it 3 from 3 at the start of the season. No, where is the prefix? I don't know. Smalley, I don't think he's changed his name yet on PlayStation.
I've heard Lika's going to teach him how to do that. I've heard Lika is apparently a very good person at doing such a thing.
Ah. So there you go, Lika's going to get Smalley to change his name to OFR Smalley.
Yeah. Come on, we just need one more person to re-enter and then we are off.
Ah, Will.
Yes, we're waiting for Will.
I don't know what Astro and he's on about in chat, I'm honest.
Oh yeah,
nice new purple car making his entrance. Assuming that's about everyone's in now, I think. Yeah, we're all...
We're good to go, ladies and
all
gentlemen,
10 of
so...
them. Alright.
Right.
So, this will begin the qualifying. Smiley put his Christmas tree up because he does as told. Right, qualifier begins then. 10 minutes as usual to determine the grid for the race here at Spa. 10 drivers. Should be good.
Yeah, so it's a slight technical issue with the first quali. And did the first practice start, but we've seemed to have fixed that issue now.
And it looks like Smalley is the first driver out onto the track, so it looks like he's going to be leading them away on this qualifying. So he's got a long old outlap to do first though.
Yeah, it's over a 2-minute lap round Spa, so this is going to be... realistically, you're looking at an outlap a flyer in, an outlap and a flyer. That's about it. You're realistically looking at 2 quick laps.
That's if you don't make a mistake in your out lap or anything.
Yeah, pretty much. But yes, we have some new runners this week in the Beginners Cup. We've got Weird V. We'll call him Weird TV.
In fact, Weird TV and Chardy haven't yet left the pit. Oh, Chardy's just going out now, but Weird TV clearly doesn't need that. He doesn't think he's needing a time. He's still sat in the pit lane.
Yes, and Willands as well is also one of the other new guys as well. In quite a colourful looking Porsche.
I think I've seen his name in the Discord before.
Apparently he races Formula 1, but he's only just started coming over to GTS. Which is one of the reasons for the Beginners Cup, I suppose.
Yeah. He's got Nils quite close to him as well, actually. Will I am.
Willands, will he answer to anything, I wonder?
Will, he is turning round the corner. Anyway, Smalley is coming up toward the bus stop chicane now, just to start his laps. We'll go on board with his lap for the first flying lap of the qualifying session. They've already wasted 2 minutes and 15 around the out lap. So here we go then. Not the longest of straights. Into La Source at the first corner. Hard braking. Hairpin, accelerate out. Try not to spin it out on traction. But Smalley's looked to get that one under control. Probably could have ran it a little bit wider than he did. That then brings you up to the Eau Rouge Radeon, which I believe should be flat in qualifying. I know you can get it flat if you've got fresh tyres, and Smalley does, which leads you onto the Camel Straight, which is probably going to be one of the main overtaking spots in the slipstream and into the Les Combes chicane. I'm braking. I get it slowed down and then try to just rotate the car over right and then left. Bit of an acceleration, you go left again, or right, sorry. Shoots you down the hill to what I believe it's called Rivage, which is sort of a long hairpin that continues to go down the hill, easy to understeer on. Got to be patient with it, not to accelerate too soon, which then into the corner, which infamously has no name, even though it's become known as no name, so bit of a paradox. Anyway, back on down the hill toward Pouhon, slight braking, rolling it round, accelerates just as it comes round onto the exit, which brings you up to traffic apparently, as Weird TV stays well out the way for Smalley, and then Hardenberg again for the Lafagna chicane. Goes right and then it switches to the left. You don't want to accelerate too far out because there is a gravel trap there waiting for you if it goes wrong.
VR is the corner with no name, actually known as Bruxelles apparently.
Oh no, Bruxelles, that's the hairpin. I thought it was Rivage for some reason.
Oh, there you go then.
So yeah.
Thank you, VR.
Thanks for that one. I'm fairly certain it is anyway.
Font of knowledge is... He says the last 3 years he's been to that corner at Bruxelles.
I'm fairly certain it's Bruxelles, yeah. But anyway, Smalley comes up toward the final chicane now, the bus stop chicane, although not so much the bus stop chicane as he was originally. Almost looks like the car was stepping away from it as he comes out onto the exit and across the line for a 2:19.1. That's the time they're all going to be timed to. Nils has got a penalty somewhere. Easy to do. I think he's probably ran wide somewhere on the lap, which will make his lap time bit unnecessary. It's a 22 in the end. Here he comes across the line now and he gets up into second. Next up is P2. P2 also goes second. Mick is made the next one to the line and he comes up toward the line now and goes up onto second. So good luck from Mick. Will looks to have had a very slow one looking at the time he's on currently, and runs very wide out the final corner, and multi comes toward the line, and in fact they're pretty much going side by side with Wills and we TAV. This will start his run now, and it is Dunk on into 7th. So what on earth is going on here?
What's Morty done there? Oh my goodness me.
That was very unusual.
That was almost Pastor Maldonado-y. They're all trying to back off and get space, but they're wasting time here in quali doing that. It's a very, very... The longer the track, the shorter the actual time on track that you'll get for quali, especially in a 10-minute session as well.
Yeah, that's
silly behaviour.
He's going to have ruined Will and Weird TV's laps then, and they don't really have much time apart from that because we're already heading toward the final 3 minutes of the session. He's Smalley on provisional pole, second clear of Mick, although Mick doesn't have me to contend with in a qualifying getting in his way this time around, so he might be going a bit better.
One ball. Matty, that's Matty. Smalley using all his Christmas spirit, I see. No, he has no spirit. He's OFR Smalley. He's built to win.
And he's looking like he's making that statement as he goes into the pits to probably put on a fresh set of tyres.
You see, Smalley's alright because he's got plenty of time to do that.
Yeah. Because he was out first, I believe. He was the first one on the track. Meanwhile, I think Will and Jardy Boy still on what would be still their first flying lap. So he's improving, and he's actually getting on to second place as well, and very close actually to the back of Smalley, so maybe he can challenge for the pole position here. Here comes Weird TV, and he got involved in an incident at the very start of his lap, and it doesn't look to have helped him because he's approaching the bus stop chicane, and it's not going to be a good lap for him.
Oh, I'm being reminded Smalley has spirit because his Christmas tree is already up in October.
Weird TV, of course, qualifies in 7th at the moment, and Will has got a penalty which he's serving just before he gets to the bus stop chicane, and around the final corner now. Where is he going to put Will in this session? He's going to have to go again. Doesn't get a chance to do it, and it's very much last. So Will's going to have to try and to salvage anything in this qualifying. He's going to have to go for the lap here at the end of the session. So meanwhile, Smalley pitted in and he's on an outlap, and he's definitely going to make it around here. He didn't pit in, and therefore I'm not so sure I'll be able to make Jardy Boy improves on his time to put him up into 4th.
Fuller's up by 10th in first sector. Well, he was 10th up, but he's just made a slight mistake.
See, I think Izzy and Fuller are still on a lap. They didn't pit in, whereas Smalley, Jardy Boy didn't. Mick came into the pits. Pair 2, I don't think it's pitted, but he's just got straight on Ohania. I think that's how you say it, I don't know. Definitely not correct, but I'm going with it. But yeah, pair 2, he went off there, and that's going to have ruined any chances he has of improving in qualifying with the time left. He's not even going to be able to get another run. Nils is on an outlap, and he's got 50 seconds to get to the line, and someone has spun. And it is Fuller who's just spun at Pouon. And so that's going to ruin any chance he had at improving on his position. As he backs out to the pace here, he knows it's not good enough for him here.
Oh, Word DV is up in the middle sector.
Oh, Weird TV.
He's Weird TV is up by 6 cents in the middle sector, purple. Matching the livery of his car, which is very striking, I must say.
Anyway, up towards the bus stop chicane. Needs to get it tight, needs to rotate the car around properly. And up to the line, is it enough to take pole position here? Yes, it is, by 1.1 seconds clear of what Smalley's done. Smalley is on a lap now as he goes through the Lake Holme chicane, aggressively taking the curb.
Just got to watch out for the...
Wheelhands proves as well, but I don't think it's enough to see him.
That's a better time though. That's a better time though.
It is a better time, but unfortunately he is looking like he's going to start from the back. Meanwhile, Smalley, can he improve by a second to try and find the pace for the pole position? Oh, really looks to be pushing it there.
Let's see how he does. He's
he
up
is
by
purple.
2/10.
He's up. You could see he was pushing it for the chicane of Vanya as he comes out round and up towards Blanchimont. I believe this corner is flat and his car's just about, if you get the line right. Smalley is foot to the floor flat through there. Now pick the braking point right for the bus stop chicane. He was purple in the middle sector. Has he kept that speed through the practically flat out final sector, out the final corner up toward the line, and is it enough for pole position? Yes, it is.
It is. What a time. Oh, that is brilliant. Well done, OFR Smalley.
What about Hazy though? Is Hazy up on his time to improve? I don't think he is, and he does not in the end. Nils though does improve and goes third.
Wow, that's a great time from Nils.
And P2 doesn't improve either. Multi's finished, Will's finished. I think they have all done now, yep, as Mick improves on his time to go back up into fourth and only just in behind Nils, so it's looking quite close.
It is. Smalley, go faster. He just did.
He just did. But I'm sure he can go faster still.
He has OFR in his title apparently, so he can.
So now we've got Smalley on pole position, then Weird TV starts on the front row in his first race in the Beginners Cup. He's already looking pretty rapid and very close to Smalley. Maybe he can challenge him and stop Smalley's stranglehold on this league. Told him next time to use 6-2.
I know what Smalley's inspiration was to get that pole. It's a Christmas tree up in his living room.
Must be. Maybe it's got OFR on top instead of a star.
Oh, apparently it has. Apparently he told his wife it had to have OFR on.
Anyway, here we are then on the grid for the start of this 12-lap race in Spa for the Beginners Cup round 3. It's lights out and very slowly away they go, but Smalley gets a good start and immediately pushes to the outside to cover off Weird TV. There's a Porsche in the background, I think that's Will, that's just bogged off the start at the back, but Smalley does look to pull away from the start and has had a great start. Mix goes wide and Hazy has a spin, and I think as Hazy managed to get back on the track, probably does just about get himself straight away, but he's very tight in with 4 and he tucks in just in behind there as they all head up through to Eau Rouge now, and in fact there's Mick and Nils almost going side by side through Eau Rouge. And Mick and Nils trying to have a competition to see who can run further wide there.
Weird TV has just passed Smalley for the lead, going down the back straight.
Now does Smalley fight back around the outside? No, not quite, but Smalley takes a lot of inside code. In fact, we got Hazy and P2 getting very close to each other as they head through the Lake chicane, but Hazy just holds him off and stays into third place now as they all start to try and file the way through, and it was a fantastic start from Smalley off the line, but clearly Weird TV was able to just tuck into the slipstream and pull ahead of him there.
This is looking like it could be a good race here between them two.
It is. We've got Nils, who almost looked like he was going down the inside of P2 at Pouon. P2 runs slightly wide, Mick runs further wide, and Nils does get ahead, and Mick's lost a bit of time running a bit wider there than the pair in front of him at the Pouon corner. And in fact, Smalley spins!
Oh no!
And Smalley, I was just about to say, Smalley taking the lead there, and then he's had a spin coming out of the Lorania chicane, and that means that he's going to have to push for it now if he wants to come back into this race. He has got damage to the rear, but I'm not sure. Is damage on heavy or is it light in this? It's light.
It's on light.
So that will repair itself, thankfully for Smalley, but he now just needs to get his head down and focus for the rest of this race. He's going side by side with Jardy Boy, just gets ahead.
Meanwhile, according to my inside source, P2 apparently hit Ben out in the first corner, apparently.
Ah.
Weird TV apparently is glitching.
Yeah, I did notice that in qualifying. He had a little bit of lag. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect him, because he seems to have a solid run of things so far. But there we go, at the end of the first lap. Weird TV leads Jesus, leads Follow, leads Nils, P2 5th, 6th is Mick, 7th for Will from the back of the grid, so a decent first lap. In 8th place Jardy Boy, he's got Small, who had a spin toward the end of the lap, and he's going to be focused on trying to get himself back through the order.
This is going to be interesting to watch, to see how Smalley gets back through the order.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he changes up his strategy or sticks to the same plan in the order to see what he thinks is best for him to get back through the field. And I think Jardy Boy's gone off. Yes, he has at the Lecco chicane. He's gone off, and that allowed Smalley to get through, and that allowed Multi to get through as well.
Not Smalley now up the way. He's already on the back of Will for 7th.
I just noticed Hazy's actually closed down on Weird TV here for the lead, so just over a second, and it looks like Hazy's trying to come back at Weird TV to try and get back ahead of him.
Yeah, it's going to be very much a game of patience here for Smalley just to get back through the field. Yep, he's down the inside of Will. Oh, slight bit of contact, but nothing too severe there. That's a good pass for Smalley.
And
the 7th.
And the good news as well for Smalley is that he's on a track where you can overtake. There's an abundance of overtaking opportunities. It's a yellow flag. Someone's round, and it's Mick. And Mick has gone round at what I believe is called Stavalo. The end of the second sector, and that's dropped him a long way back. So clearly some of the drivers are struggling around here at the moment. And now
it's one of them old-fashioned tracks where it will just punish you if you make a mistake.
And now we've got Jardy Boy versus Multi, the Porsche versus the Toyota. Now Jardy Boy tries to go to the outside, his head up toward the bus stop chicane, and is this enough for Jardy Boy to get ahead? No, he's not quite close enough, but he was very close to the head through Blanchemont now. And on to the main straight. I think Jardy gets a bit of a slide coming out the final corner, and that's very much hurt his run onto the turn 1, and that's going to cost him and make him stay behind Multi for just a little bit longer.
Meanwhile, there's a battle heading for Nils and P2.
Yeah, P2 in the slipstream, and Fuller's not too fired.
I was just about to say that. Smalley's only about 4 seconds further back, so that could still build up into a bit of an interesting battle.
It will do as well, and if all three of these are battling hard, that would help Smalley, because it would mean that he'd be able to catch up to them a lot quicker, but it could make it harder for him to overtake them if they were all battling, because they won't want to be giving the position up.
Meanwhile, Ben wasn't really letting Weird TV get away. He's keeping a steady pace, and that's good on him. That's good on him. It's good to see.
Meanwhile, we've got Nils all over the back of Fuller for 3rd place, but I don't think he's quite in a position to overtake him into Pouon, so he's going to try and just optimise the run out of Pouon into the chicane that follows to see if he can make a move there, but I don't think he's gotten quite close enough. He gets a little bit of slipstream, but he's not close enough to go down the inside there, so he's going to have to wait just a little bit longer. But the good news is Nils thinks he's in there, and he's very much finding places that he might be able to overtake.
Whereas I think Peter was possibly doing the right thing at the minute, just sitting back and letting these two battle and just win. Which mightn't be the worst move in the world for him.
If it ends in disaster for Nils and Fuller, then P2 could look the hero by getting past them both that way. Plus it also gives P2 the opportunity to try and conserve his tyres a bit more than having to scrap wheel to wheel with someone, so that may pay dividends later on in the race.
3 spots. That could be very much a little battle to watch. 2-3 laps. 2:18.8 laps that for Smalley as well.
Yeah, it is coming back through. He's only 4 times slower than what Weird TV did for the fastest lap of the race. So here we go then. And I think just looking at it is down the first sector and along the straight. Fuller's Mercedes looks a lot quicker than the Toyota because he seems to just be struggling to stay close enough to him on the straights, but then in the middle sector he gains in a lot more, but he has got the slipstream, which might help as he's in behind him now, charging up toward the chicane, but he's just not, I don't think he's gaining in quite close enough unless he goes for a heroic lunge on the inside. In fact, Fuller chooses to go defensive, which allows Nils to try the outside, but he's not quite got enough of a car around him there.
Yeah, that was a good defense. But again, that two battling just allowed P2 onto the back of Fuller and Nils. And of course you've got Smalley and sixth closing in.
Yep, Smalley's going to be driving with vengeance. After taking pole position, he's going to want to try and get back up to the front to rectify the mistake he made early on.
Looking at the spread the joy of having a Christmas tree up already.
The problem is as well with these middle sector though, it can be quite difficult to overtake at times, but Nils has managed to get close enough now, and now if he can just stay in the slipstream, might be able to have a run at him into the bus stop chicane. Apparently you are very quiet, Ash.
Oh, sorry. I've tried that. I think that might be better.
That's what online Formula Racing is saying. But anyway, so here comes Nils in the slipstream. He's going to be close enough to go for the move on full into the bus stop chicane. It almost looked like he was... almost looks like... In fact, Fuller's in the pits and so is Hazy. So they're going into the pits now on lap 4. So that means they're going on a 2-stop. Smalley's in and P2's in as well. Well, Will and Jardy were saying that, so we've got Weed TV who's continued on again. And online for us saying P2's going to attack soon, but they've all dived into the pits, and I wonder if that means these drivers as mix in as well, and all of these as they come out just around some other drivers.
That's an interesting thought there from Mr. Robot. But this is going to be quite an interesting little battle to see what works, 1-stop or 2-stop.
And interestingly, Fuller's come out worst of it all because he was ahead of a lot of them. He's now down behind P2 and Smalley. So Smalley's jumped P2 and Fuller in the pit stops. Is now closing on Will, who's got older tyres, and then Jardy Boy, who has also got older tyres. The highest of those that are pitted is Hazy still in at third. Now, could Hazy possibly be trying an undercut on Weird TV if he can close that gap down and off? But P2 has gone ahead of Fuller, so I don't know who's going on for fuel. I wonder if that means that Fuller sacrificed his first pit stop to gain less time on the second one, as he's not going to have to fill up as much as the other drivers.
This is going to be very, very interesting for pit strategy wise.
Oh, and in fact Smalley's trying it around the outside of Will into the Lavagna chicane, but I think Smalley just got a little bit of a nudge wide at the exit, and Will holds the position for now, but Smalley's desperately trying to find a way, and he tries to get through again, but Will shuts the door on him. And I think Will determined to hold him off despite the fact that that he's not pitted yet, unlike the drivers around him. So he knows he's going to be losing pace on all the tyres, and that does not mean he's willing to give it away. And in fact, he's Smalley going to try to blanch him on.
Oh, this is going to be a great move if he does.
And he's very much committed to it, but can Will stay on the track? And Will does run a little bit wide through Blanchemont, but that doesn't Smalley through, but Will's going to come back at him.
We had TV and Nils is
Wills has sent it down the inside, trying to get back past, and hopefully Will doesn't try to pit in, and this is really costing Smalley. But yeah, Weird TV and Nils pitted in and all that. And now suddenly, Petu's found himself on the back of Smalley. And in fact, now here comes Petu back down the inside of Smalley into turn 1 at La Source. Is he close enough? He goes alongside. Do they avoid making contact? Ooh. And what's happened to Weird TV as Fuller gets a massive slide coming out of the La Source hairpin. And Weird TV's on hards. Well, that's interesting.
Weird TV is going to the end, I wonder.
It's interesting that he's chosen to go on the hard tyres and has filled up. So that is a very interesting strategy.
I think he'll lose too much time doing that. That's a very, very bold call.
Meanwhile, Petu and Will tries to get around the outside of the coach chicane, and he does get ahead, so two Porsches switching positions there, but Petu does lose out to Will in the end. And
meanwhile, Smalley has worked his way back up to third now.
So a good race from him, and I believe Jardy Boy hasn't pitted, so Hazy has actually managed to get out ahead of Weird TV because he one-stopped, and now with Weird TV on the hard tyres, Hazy's found himself in the lead of the race. And with a 3-second gap to Jardy Boy, who hasn't even pitted yet, so you might even be able to hold up some of the drivers behind him, which I'm sure is what Hazy's going to be hoping for.
Meanwhile, Robot is loving the action.
Aren't we all? And in fact,
VR is also loving it.
Yeah.
And VR is actually praising Weird TV for doing the alternate strategy.
Oh, Will's gone off.
The conference to do this.
Will has gone off the track, and his strategy, his race seems to be unfolding now. He's giving some great action, but now as his tyres are dying and he's sliding again through Stavelon, it's really going wrong for him.
Meanwhile, all aboard the P2 train for the battle for fourth.
And in fact, yes indeed, as Fuller's trying to run the outside of Weird TV there at Blanchimont, but not quite enough alongside to get to Blanchimont over now. Is anyone going to go for it into the bus stop chicane? Robot thinks Petu's going to get a podium, but Weird TV's trying to find a gap down the inside of the bus stop, and he's getting very tight, and there's more drivers in the pits actually. Jardine Smalley's in again. Oh no, that's Smalley's first stop, isn't it?
No, it's his second.
No, it's his second. I'm clueless.
What's he done there?
I'm clueless, but I'm enjoying this. Let's see, Weird TV's still trying to get down the inside of Petu. Now Fuller's going to try and get a run, and they're almost, I think, about to try and run 3 wide here.
Apparently P2 is pronounced patio.
Oh, okay, so patio into second, but as we've got a 4-car trace ahead through Eau Rouge, that's a fantastic shot, watching them all rise up through the hill and to the Camel Straight. Now, who's got the quickest straight line speed? Weird TV's trying the outside. Is there any room for Ford to join the pie? He's trying to find his way past, and he's almost pushed. And he's practically pushing Weird TV past Patio, but now Patio's going back down the inside. In fact, Ford sets a purple first sector. But it's very tight, and Patrick doesn't quite get back ahead. Weird TV back up into second place, but now 8 seconds off the lead.
Meanwhile, Ben has just taken off.
And breathe, Robber. Whew.
This is absolutely insane.
Meanwhile, it's not over a little bit further behind, because we've got Jardy Boy Small, who pitted onto another set of soft tyres, and I think is filled up to the end. Jardy Boy will be going to the end. Mick might need to make another pit stop. Will's going to the end on a set of mediums, and Multi's found himself a long way down at the back, unfortunately.
We had TV, but Gordon Robot is overperforming. He's on hards with 3/4 of a tank worth of fuel. He's second place, and he's holding this lot off. How is he doing it?
But Nils is very close onto the back of Patio. Nils has got just a couple of laps fresher tyres. I think Nils might be doing the one stop, but I'm not so sure on Nils' fuel if he'll be able to make the one stop. But here we go, then it is Nils as they head up round to what Blanche, where someone has spawned, and it's Will at the Puon corner. So Will has spun and is facing the wrong way and does not currently seem to be wanting to turn the car around. So I'm not so sure what's going on there. But meanwhile, Nils has gotten ahead of Patio, and Patio's trying to come back at him as they head out the bus stop chicane. Patio does the run on him and does get straight back ahead onto the main straight now. Nils, does he tuck into the slipstream at the back of the Porsche to yet again try to find his way ahead? Meanwhile, for second, Fuller and Weird TV are still not over racing each other.
This is I don't know where to watch. This is just fantastic.
Ooh, and Fuller aggressively cutting the beginning of Rouge, and it's worked for him because he's gotten the run onto the main straight in the slipstream, but Nissan seems to have quite a bit of straight line speed, so he really seems to be struggling to try to continue. Meanwhile, Patcher defends to the inside with Nils pushing to the outside. Now Nils going to try drive it around the outside. He's actually ahead before they even get to the corner. Does Patcher try to out braking? No, he does not. Slots in behind him.
That's a good move. That's a good move. Meanwhile, in the fight for second, we at TV is still holding off Fuller.
Doing a great job at the moment, and of course I think Fuller's got to make another pit stop, so he'll have much fresher and faster tyres, so maybe Fuller is going to have to drive for his life for the second place later on.
Not only, just to answer Robot's question, the GTR's faster straight line anyways, but I've got a funny feeling he's running next to no downforce.
It might be, yeah. Because to be fair, the Mercedes ain't no slouch in a straight line. The Mercedes itself is quite quick.
It's not. It is quick. You're right. And you know, we've got a high from a Soren Wall, I think. I don't know how to pronounce names, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But hello.
Hello. Meanwhile, it looks like Nils is staying ahead of Patio, but as we must call him now. But Patio trying to keep in with him, staying in the slipstream, but I don't think he's going to be quite close enough to go for the move. I was just looking at the fuel, and he's got the flashing red light of death, and that does mean he is in the pits.
Now then, I think this could be quite
and Fuller, I think Fuller just hit the wall on the way into the pits. And Patcher's in as well, so
it's fixie box time for this lot.
Oh, you see, into the fixie box.
Into the fixie box.
So is Nils, I think Nils is about to actually come up into second place, and Smalley, it says third, as Smalley says the fastest lap of the race, but that's because none of the drivers have left the pit yet, although they seem to be in for a while, and Hazy does come out in at third place, and Smalley in fourth ahead as Mick comes into the pits as well. And Patio comes out just behind Jardy Boy, whereas Fuller comes out just ahead of him. So then, Hazy 12.7 seconds behind Weird TV, and I think with both the cars in front, or at least definitely Weird TV's going to the end, I feel like Nils, looking at his fuel and tyres, he might have to make another stop, so he's going to have to push this one to try and catch up to Weird TV, and he's going to have to overtake him on track to win this race.
This is going to be interesting to the end now. Ben's going to have to got quite a bit of work to do to get to Weird TV, not just to get to him, but to pass him.
I know, he's shown already so far this race that he's a pretty solid job in defending, so...
As the great Murray Walker once said, catching is one thing, passing is most certainly another.
Meanwhile, Patio and Fuller very close. I think Pato going for it down into Pouon, I think he is, and I think was there almost a bit of contact there. It was a bit difficult to tell from the angle I was looking at, but almost looked like there was contact there between the two of them, but Fuller just about staying in. Now, Pouon's not really the best place to be making overtakes, so but luckily they both managed to keep going in this race, and it looks like these two are going to be racing against each other as well now, and I think at this stage it's pretty much going to be a straight fight to the finish, as most of the drivers now will be going to the end of the race on their current set, if not all of them are going to the end, although I think Nils is just pitting in now, so Nils will have one lap fresher tyres than those that pitted previously, and much fresher tyres than that of Weird TV. So that means Hazy can now focus entirely on that 12.2 second gap of Weird TV.
Weird TV is setting some seriously good times on hard tyres.
I have to see what times
last couple of laps have been in the 19s.
Alright.
Oh, he's just flown right across that, right on the inside of Eau Rouge there. Wants to be careful of cutting corners like that.
And Nils has come out behind Smalley, which allows Smalley to have fought his way back up and into third place as the championship leader. He needs as many points as he can, because Weird TV looks like if he's allowed to stay in and don't get promoted to Group 3 immediately, but it looks like he might be a contender for the title. But 11.5 seconds is the gap, and it has come down since I last saw it by a bit, but it's quite a sizable margin between Weird TV and Hazy, and this alternate strategy for Weird TV, it might have paid off.
This is a very, very brave strategy to pay off.
Being asked where Mick is, and at the moment Mick is down in 9th place, but it's not entirely over because he's not too far away from Multi, but I don't think he's had the best race. He has been around a couple of times, so not the best for him, unfortunately. Meanwhile, actually, Nils has gone back out of Smalley somewhere, and Nils is immediately starting to pull out the gap.
Jardy Boy also has made the alternate strategy work as well. In 5th place, that's a good effort.
Yep, he's had a solid race, hasn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, he didn't have the greatest of races, if memory serves me right, in the pre-season race. Sorry, in the first race of the season. But he's recovered himself well this week. It's a good drive he's had.
Meanwhile, Fuller and Patsy are getting very close. In fact, Fuller goes straight down the inside at the bus stop chicane and does get back ahead of him there.
Oh. According to Wed, Fuller hates dogs.
Yeah.
A bit like how Grim hates cats before anyone gets it in.
Yes.
Oh, and of course, happy birthday, Astro.
Ah, yes.
Thank you to Robot for reminding me, otherwise I would never have said it.
I know. I wonder how old he is today then.
Well, let's see. He was precisely 45 a month ago, so he'll be about 105 now, something like that.
Doing well then.
Yeah. 212 apparently, according to Robot. Yep, he is pretty much the oldest racer that I know. The only man I know who has more birthdays than the Queen.
Yes. Anyway, back to the racing, and in fact, Hazy's managed to get to 8.3 seconds, so he is really closing in, but he's got just 1.5 laps to do it. It's going to be very tense, but unfortunately I don't think it's quite going to be enough. On Hazy's last lap, on lap 10, a 2:19.0, a 2:21.4 for Weird TV. So Weird TV at the moment is about 2.4 seconds slower a lap than Hazy, but that is not quite enough for Hazy to be able to get close enough to make the overtake. Oh yeah, and a Merry Christmas to Smalley as well. So most of the gaps seem to have spaced out just a little bit as we approach onto the final lap, as Weird does bring him onto the last lap of the race. So as Hazy crosses the line at 2:18.9, so he's closing out. He's got 7.2 seconds to catch up and overtake Weird TV on this final lap, but unfortunately I don't think it's quite going to be enough. So it's been remarkable that Weird TV's managed to make it, and if he's that quick on the hards, imagine if he'd have gone on to the set of the mediums, because I think the mediums probably could have lasted the distance.
That's been an absolutely brilliant move to go on. That's a very clever call.
And it's evidently worked for him. And it does look like Smalley's win streak has gonna come to a close unless suddenly the entire top 3 disconnects, but well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, every cloud has a silver lining. Smalley has a Christmas tree in his front room. Therefore, he'll be feeling all the joys of Christmas today.
And apparently Leica has lost his mind. He's giving all his tickets away. Oh yeah, the OFR raffle that's going on.
Nicola, you're my hero.
Ah, I see how it is.
And I hear Mika Hakkinen based himself on you, the original flying fin.
Is this your attempt to get more raffle tickets from Leica, is it?
No, it's not. My personal opinion is that is genuine.
Ah.
Fair enough then. Totally genuine.
Meanwhile, Hazy's pushing still, and he's now only 4.8 seconds away, but a bit of a moment as he head through Stavlo line. I mean, if he did think that he had a shot at the win, it's definitely gone now, as Weird TV's driving absolutely brilliant. He might still run out of fuel, but I think he's just about got enough to get into the line, because he has now got the flashy red light of doom on the bottom of the car. So here he comes then on his debut, qualified on the front row, and had a great start, took the lead early on and had an interesting strategy, but it paid off in the end, and Weird TV ends Smalley's win streak in the Beginners Cup with a win here at Spa. Hazy in second place as he spins across the line, and Nils in third as he careers straight into the side of Hazy. Smalley, good recovery drive to fourth in the end, but he'll probably be disappointed knowing that he could have won. Jardy by fifth, sixth place is Fuller, and I think, yeah, and Patia in seventh in the end. Mick did actually get ahead of Multi and into eighth place, who's had something colossal go on with him, because he's now found himself 23 seconds behind Mick at the back of the field. So not so sure what's happened there, but it's a pressure for Multi, but it did allow Mick to get into 8th place in the end, and Multi 9th, and of course Will, who will probably be getting a penalty for leaving.
A minus, more than likely a minus 5 point deduction. That's a great start.
Anyway, yeah, so what a race, guys, and great commentary too, so thank you.
Thanks, Robot. It's all him, not me.
Yeah, that was a genuinely really good race. I enjoyed that.
Thursday nights for the Beginners Cup are really, really good races.
Oh, it sets the bar high for Sunday, doesn't it? So yeah, Weird TV did take the victory. Unfortunately, don't get any special stars to go with it, but you know, those are on the little bonus at the end of the day. But there you go, that's the race. And I'll end the stream here then. So thanks for watching, everyone, and goodbye.